Another week in Geek wrapped up, guys. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for being on the show, Gary. I hope you had a good time too. You're a bit of an Anglophile. You understood what we were talking about, because I know you tell us you're an Anglophile.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my go-to is usually old British genre shows, even quote unquote British children's shows, like that I found like through Network on the to get, I mean, are so much better done than anything we ever did in the US. So
are you like me, and every time Network DVD has a sale, you get the email and you think, oh God, how much is it going to cost me this time?
A couple of months ago, when they did their like weekly like BOGO sales, I was accumulating all the old ITC stuff like The Saint and Department S and the Persuaders and all this stuff, and yeah, it depletes your bank account. I just got. Can I show you what I just got?
Yeah, that's what this
a show that I've heard about for decades but never watched, and I thought I'm going to plunge in because I found a really good price on it, and I've never seen it. It's The Tomorrow People.
Yes, I've got that. I've got that exact same set, mate.
Whatever you do, just watch seasons 1 and 2. The rest are absolute shit.
I just want to see the half-naked Peter Davison.
Oh, God, no.
That's towards the end. That you have to watch a lot of it to get to that. Yeah, I'm not sure it's worth the wait, but it's you'll love. You have to let us know what you think.
It's so awful. The last season, because they were trying to copy Star Wars and they didn't have the effects to do it. That's really, really.
I just heard about it. I was so.
Is that the one with Hitler?
Gotta watch this.
Oh no! There's the one where they tried to copy. They tried to copy Chewbacca and had this guy in a bear suit. It was like, oh, what the hell, man? What the hell?
I love that. I love it.
Hey, Doctor Who did it last year. That Carl Lester guy.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, they did.
And I also bought on the sale that Dan was talking about.
My dog looks better.
A children's show. I guess it was on for 2 seasons back in the 70s. It's called The Feathered Serpent, which features
I've heard of that.
As an Aztec priest. I thought this looks great.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's supposed to be really good. I've never seen that. It's about 6 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
If you can find Ace of Wands, which probably nobody remembers,
yes, I've got that on DVD.
Then yeah, that season was good.
That and Zodiac.
After we talked about Ace of Wands, it's built at the top of my list for a while. I just ordered it 2 days ago from the latest Network DVD sale. Network, you want to give us a discount code?
Yeah, come on.
Give me a discount code.
We need to get people on there from Network, because I do know that they do interviews. So,
do you remember that show, Somewhere to Hide? A Place to Hide? What it was called? It used to be on Sunday. I
remember No Hiding Place.
Yeah, that was it. The one where they were in a cafeteria or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like a drama, like every Sunday. Was it Sunday? I can't remember. We were glued to it. My family was glued to it.
No Hiding Place.
That's it. No Hiding Place.
Let's have a look now. Let's live Googling No Hiding Place. I think you can get this at Network as well. Yeah, Brit comes up right away. British TV series ran for 10 seasons here.
Wow.
Between over 210 episodes of missing. So it was made by ITV. Began in 1959, ended in 1967. And it was Tales of Scotland Yard. That doesn't sound like the same show.
No, that's not the same show. It was a drama. It was a drama, and it was about these villains that not kidnapped but trapped these people in a cafeteria. And it was quite. I can't remember it that well, but I do remember us being glued to it.
I think if we can't work out what that is between us, somebody out there watching, because we do.
They were trapped in a cafeteria for 10 seconds.
Yeah, these villains.
You can tell us what that is. Let us know in the comment section. No, I don't know what that is, mate.
Do you remember Heidi, the BBC version of Heidi? We were glued to that as kids as well.
Yeah, they repeated it over and over again.
They did.
They used to show that in Australia as well, didn't they, Matt?
Heidi. Yes, they did.
Did you ever get Heidi?
Yeah, they did.
All dubbed into English from
well, they used to be like Monkey, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is though, with Gary, he's saying, "Oh, I like all the British stuff." I can honestly, truly say that I do like the stuff we're mentioning now, but that was really old stuff. But as it went on, all it was about costume dramas and all this crap, and I gravitated towards the American stuff. Always gravitated towards the American stuff. Yeah.
And the last British one I just got was
what's that one?
Children of the Stones.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Thomas is in that one. Yeah.
That was
do you know what?
Coloured stone.
British kids stuff is really dark. Really compared to the American stuff, it's really.
There was a lot of British serials for kids that were about sort of Satanism and all that kind of thing. It was really, really sort of dark and warped stuff. all to do, and paganism too. And do you remember the one about the old man of Green Noah or whatever that was called? Do you remember that?
I can't remember what that was called. I remember it though. Do you remember that one that guy fell out the sky?
Scared the crap out of me.
What was that one called? With the blue guy fell out the sky.
Oh,
The Boy from
Sky.
Space.
I have that too.
Yeah,
Oh, Sky. Yeah, I've got Sky.
Yeah.
That's by Bob Baker. Yeah.
yeah.
I was thought you meant the boy from Space. Do you remember that?
I remember
blue
that
kid.
too. Yeah.
Freaky
I
little-
remember that.
Oh, hi,
kid.
doggy.
Also, what else do I remember? I remember
Charlie.
the double deckers. You guys probably don't.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, with Wendy
No,
Padbrooms
they
in that
actually
one.
did show that in the late 80s here.
Double deck. That was all shot on film.
On the double-decker bus.
They shot that all on film. It was really lit really well. It's crazy
Yeah.
when you think about it. And that was a kids show. I was like, wow.
I wanted that to be like a kids' version of the kind of the ITC shows, didn't they?
Monkeys,
And the
I
Avengers
thought.
and
The
stuff
one,
like that.
the one show that I found out doesn't really exist in its entirety anymore, which sounds great, was this show. I guess it was like a kids' version of like a Spy Series. Was it called like? I want to say not Freewheelers or whatever. Wendy Padbury was in it for a couple. Of seasons.
Yeah, that's right. The Freewheelers. That was the one with Wendy Padbury. Yeah,
Right,
Get that
and
mixed up with the
a
double
lot of
deckers.
those seasons don't exist anymore. I thought
That's
that really
right.
sounds like a good show. I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
The ones that do exist, they sometimes repeat them on Talking Pictures TV. I think. I don't know if you can get them on. I don't think you can get them on.
They're
DVD.
re-showing The Saint on ITV1, and I watched an episode yesterday, and literally, right, it was meant to be him in Russia, and he wasn't in Russia. He was obviously in a studio somewhere. But what was interesting about that episode was it only had 2 sets, and oh my god, I was gripped to the story. I was gripped to the way what's his name, Roger Moore, was commanding the whole thing. It's great TV. It's a shame they don't make TV like that now.
Well, you talk about these TV shows that they don't make much of anymore, and obscure kid shows. It brings me to my car.
Your bag.
My car boot
What's in
sound
the
bits.
bag?
Because I picked up this. Now I've never seen this TV show, and I bought the book. It's, if anything, as to remind me that I need to try and track this down. I don't even know if it's available on DVD or not. Anybody remember this show from 1987 called Knights of God?
I think I remember it.
I
don't know
had
what
to,
it's
you know,
about.
I had to grab those off like YouTube or whatever because I didn't think that the hard copy existed.
So I think Patrick Troughton's in this as well. That's right. I never watched it at the time. It looked. I think I might have caught 5 minutes of it. It looked really, really boring. And now I found out there's this massive cult success and everything. So I thought, well, I saw the paperback. This could be worth something.
Wow.
Where I could, if I get the show, then I think, well, I want some sort of merchandise connected with it. Because if I like something, I kind of want something else connected with it just to have on a shelf somewhere. So I thought, well, it was just 20p, I think it was, something like that. So if you're a fan of the Knights of God out there, you let me know where I can get hold of this if it's available.
I don't think it's available
on YouTube.
I think because of rights, they never put it out anywhere, even in the day on disc. But I think the whole thing is on YouTube.
It's really strange how, when you look at the American kids shows, you got like Keaton and Kel and stuff like that. They're all very light and fluffy. And then when you look at the British shows, they're all dark and scary.
This is dark as fuck. It's about a couple of kids, and it's a ruthless dictatorship has taken control of Britain in the year 2020. Just imagine.
Wow.
Just imagine that.
That's happening now.
This is based on the TVS production. So TVS, that used to be Southern Television. They took hold of the franchise, didn't they? About 82, 83 TVS, and they made lots of kids stuff. And this book came out in 1987. It says there. So Knights of God. I'm gonna have to try and get hold of it. And I think
What that tells me is that the British networks respected the intelligence of kids more than the US networks did.
No, I don't think that's what it was.
It may seem that way.
Yeah.
But
I think basically what it was is they didn't have a clue. I mean, look how long they've had Doctor Who, and they still don't have a clue what to do with that. So I reckon it was just they didn't have a clue. I mean, there are some really great kids TV shows. I put Newsround on top of because Newsround was really great idea for kids to introduce the world and explain it in such a way that a kid can understand it and like a news bulletin, but it was for kids. And I thought that was a great idea, and it still is a good idea as well, isn't it?
We had that over here when I was a kid. We had that, but what it was like a little 30-second thing. It was called In the News, and they ran that at the end of every like animated show or live action kid show. It was kind of like a little, like you just said, like a little news break, like a minute and a half thing of like a news story.
You've never seen crazy ass kids television than what they produced here in Tasmania. Like the stuff that they produced here is shocking. They had this show called Hunter, where this guy used to go around on a bike and he had a talking cat and a mouse. He used to travel with him on the bike, and they'd get
on the bike as well.
And then there was another one called Fatty and George.
Excellent.
And George.
And they used to be. I sent you the link once, Dan, and they're actually available on YouTube.
Fatty and George.
Fatty and George. And what they were these kids, and their father was a scientist, and the father created a crystal that could pause time, and it's some of the worst CSR, stuff that they did, back in the day. And they'd freeze time and then they'd escape and stuff like that. And that's Tasmanian science fiction for you.
You could have a show with that title on today.
Oh, you got to listen to the theme park, the theme tune. It's hysterical.
Is this your mate with the talking animals?
Hunter? Yes, that's him. And that's actually down near my beach.
Really?
I'm not joking. Yeah, that is actually down at a beach not far from me. So yeah, and
a guy there.
Yeah,
Matt, I seriously thought you were talking about a real cat and a real mouse.
No, it was a real mouse. Actually, I knew the guy that actually worked on the show, and one day they lost the mouse. So they had to go to the pet shop and buy another one to replace the mouse. So it was the same mouse.
This cat looks proper evil. What's going on there?
Yeah,
Scary.
EC, I think its name was. EC? Computer Cat, CC. Yeah, Computer Cat.
It looks scary.
Yeah.
It explains a lot, mate. It explains a lot if you spent years watching it. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll show you what else I found.
Yes.
Last week on the show, we talked about a movie, and between us, I think, who was our guest on the show that time? It was Terry Cooper.
Yeah, Terry
between
Cooper.
us, we worked out that none of us were big fans of the Hellraiser franchise because the new one's coming out. So I thought, well, I haven't seen the original for 35 years, and I found it at the car boot sale there. That was 50p. Well, I'll give that a go, see what it's like, see if it's because Gary, I never liked this back in the late 80s. And I was mystified as to how it became a series of 10 films. But I do like horror movies. I do like fantasy movies. I thought, well, I ought to give this another go. I'm older now. I'm a bit more discerning in tastes. And some of the pervy stuff in this, I might not find so off-putting now. Now I'm a grown-up with considerably more experience than I did when I was like 12 or whatever, 13. Yes, I managed to pick up a copy of Hellraiser. I don't know what label it's on. Looks like a really, an undisclosed label.
I've never seen that franchise either, but Dan, you always have the best luck at your car boot sales. You always end up with like a whole big slew of.
I do. I have a lot of luck. I mean, we mentioned on the show yesterday. We talked about the cyberpunk stuff, and I found the new a couple of years ago, Ghost in the Shell movie with Scarlett Johansson in it there.
Okay.
Yeah, based on the anime, based on the manga. Yep.
No, I've seen this. I did watch this at the time, and I quite liked it. I don't know where the purists sit on it.
It's more than likely it's just a carbon copy of the original anime movie. You literally can watch the animated movie, and it's far superior.
Is that one live action, or is it kind of like live action
all live action
with
CGI, like Battle Angel Alita?
Yeah.
It's got
I
one
really
of those.
like that one.
Lenticular sleeves as well, so it's like shiny, it's all metallic.
They tried to fool the audience with the trailer because it looked like Scarlett Johansson had no clothes on. Remember that shot?
But they did that.
I saw it.
In the original, that's what she did. She did take her clothes off and she turned invisible. So, yeah.
Was that a success when it came out in the theaters?
No.
I think it was a modest. It's one of those movies. I never hear anybody say anything really bad. I never hear anybody say anything really bad about this, but I also never hear anybody say anything particularly good, which is probably worse.
There was a backlash about Scarlett Johansson being cast.
There was,
because she was playing a Japanese girl. Yeah.
Another film I've heard nothing about and never seen is Disney's live-action remake. The other day we talked about the live-action remake of Pinocchio. Oh fuck! It's that bad, is it?
Well,
this is the live-action remake of Aladdin, starring some people I've never even heard of, and Will Smith.
I've never watched it, to be honest.
But he was directed by Guy Ritchie. Would you believe?
Guy Ritchie? Yeah, apparently he's doing some more
stuff. That movie was made by Guy Ritchie.
Yes,
the live-action Aladdin. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, and you can tell he didn't direct it because none of his things are in it. It's just basically it's Disney going, yeah, we want you. Okay, you can talk to the actors, but we're dealing with everything else. That's the way he directed it, I reckon.
Now, so. Dan, had you already seen it, or you've not seen that one yet?
No, I bought this completely cold. Well, I've got several of the others, the ones that I have seen from the past, like Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. I thought Cinderella with Lily James was a great movie, but it could be that I spent quite a lot of time looking at Lily James.
If you go on YouTube, they have them back to back. Will Smith's version of the song and obviously the song from the cartoon. And you know what? Robin Williams beats him every freaking time because Robin Williams is the man. Let me tell you. And when you see this film,
he was indeed the man. I couldn't agree more.
Is this version kind of like Fresh Prince of Arabia?
No, it's not. It's they've only added one new thing to this version. Everything else is almost like the cartoon, the chase, the music, and everything. And I think they added one new song to it.
Oh, okay.
But when he sings the famous songs, like the one where he meets him for the first time and he does all that magic and stuff, right. Robin Williams singing is so much better than because he tries to add a bit of like a bit of rap in it slightly, and then you're like, no, don't
talk about late comedy legends that are irreplaceable. We've got Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder there in Stir Crazy.
Great film.
I picked that up as well. I've wanted this for a while. A few weeks ago, actually probably a few months ago, I got See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
That's on Netflix. I saw that only a couple of weeks ago.
I do like that movie, but I remember
that famous line from it? That famous line.
He was a woman?
No. When the girl says they're going to kill him, and the girl says to Richard Pryor, says, "Is there any requests?" And he goes, "Is a fuck out of the question?" That's the most famous line in the whole of the film. The whole of the film.
They just did those three together, right? Silver Streak and those two.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as I know, this was directed by Sidney Poitier. We mentioned him. He died about 6 months ago or so, didn't he? Because we did a bit of a tribute to him. So I thought, well, I'll get that because that's a major gap in my collection filled. I've also picked up the first season because people have been telling me to watch this for years because it was created and written by Toby Whithouse. Got all these Doctor Who connections. Got the first season of Being Human there, the BBC sci-fi fantasy show.
I didn't like that show.
Okay.
Ran for years, didn't it? 5 or 6 seasons. And then went over to the States. They made some more of it there. So I thought,
it jumped the
give it a go. I'll give it a go and see what it's like. But Aidan Turner obviously has become, he was the original. Yeah. It was him and Aidan and Russell Tovey and that fit girl. I can't remember her name.
That fit girl.
She is nice. She is nice. She plays the ghost. Yeah.
But so I thought, well, I'll see what all the fuss is about.
Was that late?
It's going to take me 12 years.
That was remade into an American version.
Yeah, that was late 90s, right? When
another great buy was this for 25p. And talking about Hollywood classics, fantasy classics, for 25p, I got this box set of The Wizard of Oz. It's a huge 3-disc box set of The Wizard of Oz. So it's a big chunky thing. Limited. I remember when this came out, I wanted it. It's got the film in there, but it's also got like a disc, two discs full. I mean, this is an apple costs 35p. I ate a lot of apples. Wow. So it's got the movie and it's got loads of special features. It's got a beautiful cover that's all sort of embossed and everything. And inside there's two kind of envelopes full of lobby cards and things like that. So I had actually got the original version, but there's no features on mine or anything. And this is a piece of fantasy history. This is
absolutely.
Well,
I got the 4K version of it on disc somewhere.
There's a 3D version somewhere too. I haven't got that, but I want to see it.
I'm really going to have to come over to the UK and just follow Dan around on his car boot sales, and
I know exactly where to look.
You should You should do a video of that, Dan, and then put it on YouTube. Sometimes some people do that.
Sometimes I just get lucky. Like the other day when I walked into I was going to the bank next door. There's a charity shop, and I found this. So this is the only set I think I'll ever need. This is Star Wars on Blu-ray.
So You know what? That's the very first thing I ever bought from the UK that I had because it was about half the price of what it was going to cost here, so it was cheaper to buy it from the UK. And
the big chunky Blu-ray box set.
Yeah,
it's a digipack inside with all the films. So you get all the movies in here. Like it's called.
Did that come with a film strip?
Well, it's called
Mine came with a film strip.
Well, it's I haven't seen that, but it says Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and this was released by Fox. So yes, 20th Century Fox. So this came out in 2011, the year before Disney bought it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, these are the only Star Wars movies. This is the complete saga. Truly, these are the only Star Wars movies I'm ever going to need on Blu-ray. So this is the ultimate box set for me. The films are in here, and there's a couple of discs worth of documentaries that only ever came out on VHS before. So I've got Star Wars on DVD. And some of them I've got 2 disc sets of, but none of the features that are in my DVDs are in this Blu-ray box set. And this cost me, I've left the price tag on so people don't, if they don't believe me, this cost me £2 at a charity shop, £2. And I won't ever need to buy Star Wars.
Why are these priced so low?
Mine came with that one.
That's because it was a car boot sale. And he found it in a car boot sale. That's what it was.
This one, Ian.
No, that was a charity shop.
This one I found at a charity shop.
Oh, wow.
And I think the reason is because, as I was saying to Matt last week, Blu-ray in the blue. I don't know what. No, I don't. I haven't found one yet. But
Blu-ray,
the thing is, Blu-ray in this country, it just simply hasn't caught on in the way that it has in the States. So a lot of the time, people don't know what they are. They don't know what the difference is between this and DVD. But the only other Star Wars set I will ever buy is if they ever put out the 3 original films with despecialized, but officially despecialized.
You can get it though.
All the edition. I know you can get it, but you can't get it officially yet, can you?
Yeah.
So, if that comes out, I'll buy them in 4K. But that's it for me.
You know the story, don't you, about these Star Wars diehard fans, and some of them were visual effects. They literally went back and reconstructed the movie how it was. How it was shown, and they literally went back to the laser disc to get the original shots. They went back to DVDs. They upscaled
every source
them.
They could get. Was it? They spliced together from every available media and upgraded it. And what's that thing in where they give it overall consistency, so that after the fact, so it doesn't look like it's been assembled from lots of different pieces. They give it a grading to make it.
Yeah, they say they grade. Yeah, so basically they went back to the Blu-ray. They also got hold of Super 8 footage, right? That was put out at the time, and so they could see what truly was the real colors. And so once they got everything together, and it took them years, and they put it all together and they graded it, they had the original version back. And they were I think it must have been like 20 people that worked on it for like how many years? I can't remember.
Several
many
years,
wasn't it?
They're still working on them now?
No, I think they're working on Empire. I think they finished Star Wars. Did they not finish Star Wars? I'm pretty sure
they finished all 3 of them, but I think they keep going back to them. And
oh, okay.
Because they keep finding better sources.
But I mean, you have to be a diehard fan to do that. Give up your time to do that. It's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy.
It's one thing to get a bargain, but I like to get stuff for free as well. This was given to me. This is a Blu-ray of a film called The Girl with All the Gifts. It's got Paddy Considine in it.
I did not like that film.
And it was the reason why it was given to me is because it was filmed round the corner from where I used to work.
Okay.
A lot of it was filmed in Digbeth in Birmingham and at the rooftops of various places. I think it's a zombie movie, isn't it, Ian? I've got no idea. I remember it being filmed because it was in the paper. It was in the local paper that was being filmed here. So it's got Paddy Considine, Gemma Arterton, yes please, Glenn Close, and a few other people in. So I thought, my mate didn't want it, so I thought, I wondered if anybody had seen it because I never have. I'd totally forgotten all about it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I didn't like it though. As a movie, I didn't like it. I thought it was very pretentious, but that's just me. A lot of people like it.
It's a pretentious title, to be fair. And finally, I've finally bought this. I do own this on DVD, but I had to get the Blu-ray because it's the ultimate edition of Batman versus Superman. I have no shame. I fucking love this film. Every single minute of it, and the more of it, the better. Thank you very much, DC man, all the way. I'm afraid
that's the longer one, right?
Yeah,
with a few
I
extra
think
scenes.
it's about 25 minutes, half an hour's worth.
Okay.
Terrible movie.
And some of it, some of it that they add back in, it could do without. But there's loads in there that I felt. And Paul, he's in it. My friend is an extra.
Yeah.
Paul, if you're watching. So I really love it. I totally unashamedly love this. So I've wanted the Blu-ray for a while.
I thought Ben Affleck was terrific in these movies. I mean, I liked Henry Cavill as Superman.
People forget.
I was amazed at how much I really liked Affleck. So yeah.
People forget at the time when this film came out, all that anybody could talk about was how great Ben Affleck was as Batman. And it just over a period of time when they didn't deliver, when they didn't give him the solo film, he walked away, didn't he, because of his addictions and things. Looks like he's got himself sorted now.
He's definitely in trouble, wasn't he, with all that stuff at the time. But now he's married to J-Lo, and he seems to be a lot happier. So and she seems to be a lot happier as well. So that's great.
They say that he's going to be in this Aquaman movie. He's filmed scenes.
Yeah, he is. But I think a very small bit. But didn't they say Michael Keaton was going to be in it?
He's not in the Aquaman film, but he was in the Flash. He's a big part of the Flash movie, and he was in that dopey Batgirl film as well before that.
Thank God they got rid of that rubbish. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So I mean, I used to go to car boot sales and stuff like that. I've still got all my DVDs though. That's the problem. I've still got them all. I've got Blu-rays over there and DVDs over here. In fact, the DVDs outnumber the Blu-rays. Because Blu-rays.
Well, my problem is, Ian, I lose track. Sometimes I lose track of what I've got and what I haven't. Occasionally, Matt, I buy things twice, particularly at car boots, where people say, it's $4 for $1. You think, okay, well, I'll have that then. You think, I've already got that. But I've downloaded an app now, Gary. So I've got this app on my phone that scans the barcode of a DVD, and then I can log it in. So I've got a rolling list now. It's going to take me forever to scan in my thousands of DVDs. But I'm going to have a list so that when I find this stuff, I say, yes, I have got that. I can scroll through. Yeah, I've definitely got that, and it'll all be fine.
So if you scan the barcode, you're at a car boot sale and you scan the barcode, and you already have it. There's like a big alert.
Yeah,
the entire phone will vibrate, and it will flash red, white, and blue. And
that's great.
If you believe that, you believe it.
These three Star Wars films, right? I got these ones. These are the Phantom Menace and the whatever movies. Yeah, and then I got all the original ones as well. So I've got the whole trilogy apart from the Disney one, which is not bad considering, you know.
Where's your 4K version, Ian, of the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Well, that's coming in the post.
Look for it at a car boot sale. I've got that on VHS. I pick up these bargains now at car boot sales and whatever, but I've made some stupid purchases in the past. I really have.
So have I.
I paid £10 for a pirate VHS copy of the Star Wars Holiday Special around 25 years ago, when nobody in Great Britain, nobody had ever officially seen it. Bear in mind, the internet was only just a thing. And bootleg copies of that were.
I saw it.
My brother paid 70 quid to get a pirate version of Close Encounters, and it was awful when we got it. You couldn't see a damn thing, and he paid 70 quid, mate. 70 quid for it. So there you go.
That is a lot.
Nothing says Star Wars like B. Arthur singing in the cantina.
Yeah.
Absolute magic. And people have said to me in the past, they're particularly snooty, Star Wars fans. You know who you are. The Star Wars fans out there who look down their nose at Doctor Who. I've got a long memory, everybody. I've got a long memory. So all those people I remember from when I was a kid used to say, "Oh, Doctor Who looks so cheap." Then say, "Well, they've got a fraction of the money that Star Wars has got." Look what happens when they try to make Star Wars on a Doctor Who budget. You got the holiday special.
They did their best though, because they obviously didn't know where Star Wars was going, so they did their best.
I wouldn't say I like it. I'm forgiving of it. I think it's I've got it. I've got it on DVD now.
I got some very unpopular movies. I got some very unpopular movies.
Go on then, show us.
Oh, you're gonna love them, Ian. You're gonna love them.
Go on then.
Well, there was a clearance sale. Let's get that out of the way. And I haven't seen.
Let's get the disclaimer going.
Go on then.
Yeah. So that
Oh no! You should burn that, mate.
I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Even I struggled with that one as a DC man. Even I. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
What's the next one? Go on,
I haven't
Charles.
seen it. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
This is another shocker.
Go on then.
Oh,
Oh
Morbius.
no! What's wrong with you, Matt?
In
Throw away your
4K,
big
in
heart.
4K,
Possibly
It
be
was
as
a clearance.
bad.
It was a clearance. It's
It
getting
can't
better.
possibly
It's
be
getting
as bad
better.
as people say, can it? The Morbius.
It's terrible. It's terrible. The only good thing about it is Matt Smith. The only good thing about it. The rest of it's all bollocks.
This was only $4, so this was okay.
Okay. Okay, so what is it?
Oh,
Oh, you are kidding!
After
No,
everything you said about that
burn it.
film.
Burn it.
It was $4, so
we now know that Matt Pod is a masochist.
All right, I'll show you. I'll show you some films that Hollywood has.
Here's one to repair the damage.
Go on in. Go on.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
That's a bit more like it. Loved
Yeah,
Afterlife.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you
And,
some films that Hollywood does not consider really good,
Okay.
which I consider really good, right? And you
Wait, what?
probably never heard of these two. What's that one?
Oh.
Sonic, I love it. Love it.
Okay.
Okay,
I
here's
haven't
one.
seen it.
Here's
And
one.
then these
Let-
were
Last
also
Boy Scout.
clearance.
Huh.
What's that?
Last Boy Scout. Have you ever seen it?
Shane,
Oh,
the Shane
a
Black
long
film.
time ago.
Love that.
Great film. Great film. Hollywood doesn't think
Okay.
much of it, but I think it's a really great film. Here's another one you probably never heard of, or probably have. History of Violence.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Oh.
David Cronenberg.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
What's his name?
Fantastic.
Hitting that.
Really well directed, really well played. A great who directed it again?
David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg film. Watch it. It's based on a graphic novel. It's really good. And this one you probably never heard of, but it's absolutely brilliant. Nurse Betty.
Oh,
Nurse
yes.
Betty. I remember it coming out.
Chris Rock.
Absolute Chris Rock, Morgan Freeman, and Zelly
I have seen that.
Zellweger.
'Cause they
Zellweger.
paid to
Really
kill
good.
her or something. Yeah.
No, basically what it is that she's a huge fan of this soap, and her husband is a real twat, and basically he was doing the deal with these two, and they shoot him, and she sees him getting shot, but her mind
Oh,
goes a blank, and she thinks she's the girl in the soap.
that's
So she
right.
goes off to the hospital and pretends to be a nurse, and these two are after her and stuff. It's really good.
When did
Well,
that come
really
out?
good movie. I don't know. I don't know when it came out. But when I
I-
fell in love with it when I saw it. I thought it was
I
Oh,
got
I'll
this-
have to, try and get that.
I got this half price.
good.
Go on in.
Oh, yeah, the
Wow.
complete set.
Complete,
Is that
the complete box set. Yep.
what, including the what's his name? The Kevin Smith one.
No.
Oh, thank
The
God.
proper, that's the proper one. Is that the
This is
British set, mate?
130 episodes. It is
Wow.
Region 2 as well as Region 4, so it is pretty much the same,
Yeah.
just a different box.
Did you get
You
that
can-
at the car boot sale?
That, that is out
No.
here, but it's
From
it's
the
not
same place I got
metallic. The
Morbius.
box isn't metallic.
No,
But I had to
it's
get this one too. I had to get the sister.
Oh,
So
okay.
she was half price too. So
Yeah.
that's only like 93 episodes. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm
My
after
collection
both
is
of them as well.
not. Seriously.
Now, Matt, do you binge those or do you watch like one at a time?
No, he doesn't
no,
watch them. He just gets them.
I do that with some things.
I
doesn't
do,
do anything.
I do sometimes. But yeah, no, I do. I love He-Man. So
Yeah.
yes, I watch like 10 episodes straight, and then
Okay.
have a bit of a break for a while,
Yeah.
and then I'll get a hankering for it again. So yeah,
We've all got our viewing habits, haven't we? I don't.
Yeah.
I very rarely binge anything. And even the show that I'm looking for. I mean, I said yesterday about the Cobra Kai, how much I'm looking forward to that.
Mm.
The most I'll ever do will be I'll do them in blocks of 2. I'll split them across the week.
Cobra
or
Kai,
something.
Cobra Kai, you want to savor.
Yeah.
yeah, those ones I wish I'd started when they first came out because there's a lot of them now.
I got this one.
Oh, Bullet.
Bullet.
Oh, Bullet.
Oh, Stephen
One of the
King.
coolest films ever made.
I've got the blob.
It really is.
Great car
So
chase.
good. Yeah, great car chase.
I'm
Great.
gonna
The
have to get
sequence
that
in the
on Blu-ray.
beginning's brilliant. The way they do the credits in the beginning's absolutely brilliant, and the music is so cool. It's got to be.
Oh, speaking of credits, can I really say how totally cool? I mean, I'm serious. I mean, totally cool. The credits for this are the opening.
Yeah.
credits. I mean, the opening credits for this blew my mind. It's like that's
Yeah.
Ron
great.
Grainer and the Ron
Yeah,
Grainer
you should see
music
the
and the
remake.
animated titles.
They did the remake too. I remember the remake.
They've remade it twice. Once
I'll probably end up
British
watching all of
TV and
those
then the
too.
American one. Yeah, I love
Canada,
it all.
The American one was shot in Canada. So yeah,
I didn't get this one on a car boot sale, but this was my big find a couple of weeks ago on eBay. I've been looking for it for a while because it's out of print.
ISIS.
Secrets of ISIS.
That
From the
character.
70s.
Filmation.
Yeah.
I've heard of this show.
It goes along with
It's sort of like their cheap version of
with the
Wonder
Captain
Woman.
Marvel.
Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's a cheap version of Wonder Woman.
I don't think either of those shows ever made it to Great Britain, but I could be wrong. It might be slightly before my time.
Shazam made it here anyway. So, but I've never seen ISIS.
This will make Dan happy. This one here. I've had this for ages and ages. Oh,
go on, one more to wrap us up.
Okay, I'll do.
Oh
yes!
Look how old this one is. It's so old. It's like it's got the double box. Yeah. It's got the double box. You see the double box?
That's the
double box.
Yeah. That's the Region 1 edition, then, isn't it? Because that came in the double box.
Yeah,
Gary's got exactly the same one.
Well, this is going to be put aside on Tuesday when the 4K Director's Edition shows up.
All right, cool. Bloody cool. Seriously.
Yeah, I heard from Terry in the week. He's just gone to see the Wrath of Khan in the cinema
that's
as well.
On this week, isn't it? Wrath of Khan.
I think it came out like Thursday, Friday, something like that.
I'll go and see Search for Spock.
I love Search for Spock. I think it's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I do too.
I actually bought a while ago my first 4K TV because my other television died. And I haven't watched any movies on it because I'm saving to inaugurate it with the 4K version of this.
I remember saving up for my first Blu-ray player, and I knew that people were offering me VHS copies of it for free. I thought, no, when I get a DVD player, the very first film, I knew the very first film I wanted to buy. I knew what it was going to be. I knew what the first film I watched was going to be. And I waited and waited and waited. And eventually it came true. And it was The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser.
Oh, I love that film. Love that film.
That's how long ago that was.
It's a great movie. Absolutely. I mean, even when the one before it as well, was it Deep Rising? That has the same humor, and that is so good as well.
Treat Williams film.
Yeah,
good stuff.